now I'm gonna start my one pot, really quick, 30-minute turkey chili. And why do I do this? Because I'm having a party and I'm cooking so much food for all my friends that this one is so simple to do. Anybody can do it. It's a really quick, easy turkey chili. Let me show you how I do it right quick. First, let's get the stove on. All right, so I put the stove on a medium high, okay? I want my pot to start getting hot before I put the oil in. You want that heat condensation to start on the bottom of your pot. Once you add the oil, so I'm doing about right now, I'm gonna make a big pot of it, but normally you would do about a tablespoon of, I always use olive oil. You can use any oil that you prefer. Olive oil is cleaner. It's just a better oil to use when you're cooking healthy. And basically, I've replaced olive oil with almost any kind of oil, except for when I make fried chicken. I gotta use regular old lard for fried chicken, depending on who I'm cooking it for. So, these are white onions. I like to use Maui white onions because they kind of have a sweetness to it, a little bit more expensive, but they just have a better taste. And since I'm cooking for a crowd and I want everyone to be happy and love my food, I kind of spend sometimes a little bit more money on this type of stuff. So these are 2 onions cut up. They don't have to be cut up tiny, just roughly cut. Throw those in. Now I'm gonna do garlic. This is a lot of garlic cut up. I personally love garlic. Garlic's really great for our systems. It really cleans out the blood. Onion and garlic you can't go wrong with. This is about 5 cloves of garlic cut up. I'm gonna use half of them right now. A little bit more than half. And then green peppers. Green peppers, you can use any peppers you want. You can use red, yellow, whatever you like. I prefer green, and these came out of my garden. I have 2 green peppers cut up, chopped. They don't have to be perfectly cut. I never do anything perfect. I mean, I just don't have time for that. I'm a hard-working woman with a lot of crazy kids, a husband. I just chop it up the best way I can. I'm no pro. So I'm going to put the 2 chopped green onions that I got from my garden that I grew in a pot outside. Those are in. Now, I'm going to start to season. I'm going to build my seasoning. Let me grab my old trusted beat up wooden spoon. I think every cook I know has like a wooden spoon that's embarrassing, but it's your spoon. It's like, look at the burnt spot. That means you're a cooker. You know what I mean? You got to burn something to be a real cooker. So I'm looking at my pot, and I can tell already I need a little bit more oil. And you know, sometimes you have to judge these kind of things just because you want all the vegetables to be coated properly. A lot of times they tell you to put the seasoning after you put the meat in. I don't do that. I like to build my seasoning up. It gives it aroma. It seasons the vegetables. The garlic, the onion, bell peppers, vegetables pop with seasoning when you add. First, you do salt. I'm doing Mediterranean sea salt, kosher salt, whatever you like. I just happen to like this because I try different salts because I'm a cook. All right, so we salted up. Now I can see it's burning pretty fast. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit because you don't want your garlic to burn, and that's usually what burns first. I would say on salt, you use about, you know, a half a tablespoon. Then I'm gonna use oregano. Where is my oregano? Oregano, here it is. You can use fresh oregano or whatever. This is organic oregano that is dried already. And I put about a tablespoon of oregano in there. Why a tablespoon? Because I'm building a big pot of chili. I really want that whole Mexican oregano flavor to pop. What is it doing? It's building on top of the vegetables right now. I use Lawry's chili powder. Now listen, let me tell you something about Lawry's, okay? Most black people use Lawry's. I have to keep it real. I use Lawry's on my tacos. I use Lawry's everywhere, but especially for chili. So it has all the great spices of cumin and coriander and chili spices already mixed up in here, but there's something about it that kicks it up. And I put it in first before the meat. I do it twice, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The reason why, I'll tell you now, is, like I said, I want to build that flavor in my vegetables. This is a 30-minute fast cooking chili. You need those flavors to pop quickly because I'm not doing it for 2 hours, okay? We don't have 2 hours of time. Then I take tomato paste. This is organic tomato paste. You can use any tomato paste you have in your cabinet. We all usually have tomato paste. And the whole thing about that tomato paste, and I think I'll do a show about this, is how to stock your cabinet. That would be a good show, because really, if you keep stuff in your cabinet that can keep for the year or whatever, you're gonna have all the stock stuff you need to make all the different dishes. Chicken stock, spaghetti, whatever you need. So since I'm making a big pot, I'm gonna use more of this. I'm gonna use the whole tomato paste can, which is, this is, 6 ounces. But it's gonna give you that yummy, rich tomato flavor. You don't want too much, but just enough. Boy, if you could smell this, the seasonings are all coming together, and you just mix it all up together. Then, I'm gonna use, I only had a big can, so I hate to open this. You don't need this much, but I just need one of those chilies to give it that kick, that extra flavor for a quick chili. So, I'm gonna grab a chili out of here. I'm gonna use these chilies for something else down the line. Since I'm doing Mexican food for our fall Halloween Harvest Fest, I will use these chilies for something else instead of letting them go bad. I hate to waste anything. I'm one of those people that I reuse everything like 100 times. And it's like, people always say, why don't you just throw it away? Believe it or not, this is the truth. I wash my paper plates. I do, because I just feel like if they're not that dirty, you can wash them and then reuse them. And you're not wasting and polluting in the environment. So I'm gonna grab a couple of these chilies, and I'm going to cut them up for the turkey chili. Not too many, because you don't want to make it too hot. Not everybody likes hot food, especially kids. Add it in. Now, I'm just gonna start adding the turkey. So you could use hamburger meat if you like. I prefer turkey. I think most people right now are just trying to live a healthier, cleaner lifestyle. It's not always easy. You go to restaurants, you don't know what they're putting in. You don't know if they're buying organic chickens or organic meat. I mean, some restaurants are specific for that, but most of them, we don't know. So at least at home, you can try to do the best you possibly can, so your family's eating healthy. All right, so now we have the meat in there all mixed up. We're gonna let this meat brown. What I'm going to do is I'm going to season the meat again. That's what I like to do. I'm gonna let it get a little browner, right? Let it brown up, and then I'm gonna come back and season some more on top of it. Why? I need that flavor to cook really quickly. And to get the flavor to cook quickly, I gotta add a little bit more seasoning, because I'm not cooking this for 2 hours. I'm cooking it for 30 minutes, get it all ready to go for tomorrow's big Halloween Harvest Fest. Now that the meat has browned, I'm gonna add one more seasoning to kick up the flavor. Like I said, this is my fast turkey chili for a crowd, but I want all those yummy flavors to be there. Then I'm gonna show you a trick I learned for quick chili. You wanna keep that Mexican flavor, you wanna make it extra yummy, don't tell anyone, okay? What I do is I put 2 things of beer. Actually, you could do 1 or 2 depending on your preference. I'm gonna do yummy Corona. You can do any beer you like, to be honest with you. This enhances all the seasoning. And I learned this on another cooking show, I'll admit it. And I saw that and I was like, that is hot. So I add a beer. And what I do is I add the beer on top of all the seasoning, and look at that. But basically, you're not gonna have alcohol in your turkey chili. The chili beans I buy, I like this S&W brand. Let me tell you why. Because they always put other seasonings in there. It's pinto beans, chili peppers, onions, and garlic in a zesty tomato sauce. You're getting extra seasoning. You want the flavor. When you're cooking for a crowd, you want people to walk away going, that food was so amazing. On top of healthy, on top of everything else, you need that flavor. You need it to taste amazing. So I'm gonna put 2 cans of beans in, okay? Another can of beans, same beans. Now I'm gonna stir the beans in. See all those rich flavors coming together? One other thing to add, and those are my tomatoes. Tomatoes, same brand. I love this brand. S&W, Italian recipes. Tomatoes with garlic, oregano, and basil. it gives you that flavor. 2 cans. This one, I'm gonna use a different flavor. I'm gonna use the flavor with diced green chilies and spices. Gives you a little bit more of that Mexican kick to it. And I'm gonna stir it all up. We're gonna leave this pot on medium, low medium. How I'm using this chili again is over chicken tamales. I bought some store-bought chicken tamales you'll see at the party. And what you do is you have the tamale, then you pour the chili over it, sour cream, cheese, guacamole. Talking about guacamole, that's next up for the party. I'm gonna cook it tonight. So it's ready for tomorrow. I'll show you how to keep your guacamole not turning dark color. You know, what you do is you keep the seed in the guacamole. You put a little lemon juice in it when you cook it, when you mix it all up. And when you mix it all up, it keeps it that nice green color so it doesn't turn brown as we cook. But the chili's ready. I'm gonna let it simmer for about 15 more minutes. Then I'm gonna cool it down so it can go in the refrigerator for tomorrow. So what do we have on our menu? We have chicken enchiladas, turkey chili, chicken tamales, guacamole. I don't know what else I'm cooking. Oh, apple martinis, bloody scary margaritas, and whatever else I can find to make. Oh, I got a few more things, but we'll come back and do that. From my family to your family, Allie of the Valley, always eat healthy, try your best to go organic, and by taking slow steps in this process, you too will live a long life, but most importantly, we'll be teaching our kids how to eat healthy. Thank you, Allie in the Valley.